Most students are attached to their phones, not always just for the use of social media. Some may sit on their phone all class. But what if teachers found a way to let students have their phones not for just the sole purpose of social media? If students even use social media during school hours, it gives them the knowledge of reading and comprehension. It gives them a way to connect with teachers through school, not just by a computer or an iPad. Phones are a huge distraction and increases availability to cheat and the increase of cyberbullying. It also gives more students access towards phones and disconnection from the real world. Would we want phones in class or not? Well, let's talk about the pros and the cons. A pro is in case of an emergency, and a con is if having your phone is a central distraction. According to LearnSafe, a study from 2015 shows that 75% of teens have a smartphone. It gives them a quicker and easier way for parents and children to communicate, such as a family member passing away. They're going to want to hear it from their parent instead of the secretary. Or if there's a tornado, they're going to want to update their parent on where the storm is. Also, according to LearnSafe, organizing is a huge tool for mobile devices. It helps students assign dates and times for assignments on their calendar app. They can also use this app both in and out of school to help with their time management. This also helps improve the learning environment with apps. Teachers can discover apps that help benefit the class subject, and it gives students a fun way to study other than just using flashcards. Now that we know why phones could be allowed in class, now let's talk about why not. Now schools are taking away this use of cell phones because there is a lot of usage. Students have been benefiting from not having phones in class. They have seen difference in positive and negative behavior. Now let's get more in depth of why schools are decreasing the usage. According to It Still Works from 2019, text, calls, and social media notifications are becoming a huge distraction. When students silence their phones, it triggers the student to want to check their phone even more. Students can get caught up in their phone and block out the teacher, and then when a test comes up, they don't know what's going on. A phone can become a class disruption, such as the noise or notifications during a lesson or test can put a bad image on you. The light can also become a temptation to you and the classmates. Theft and cheating can also be involved with having your phone in class. It is the most common way of students to get their answers. It causes them to not study and use phone to cheat for a desired score. Down the road, you can find difficulty finding a job and colleges. Now that you have a better understanding of the pros and the cons of having phones in class, now let's find ways teachers can be more flexible. Teachers either allow their students to constantly have their phones or not at all. So let's talk about ways that we can resolve this problem. Items in the classroom can be used to hold the phones. A phone can be set in whatever holder the teacher desires, and when the activity comes up, it can be used. This allows students to have freedom, and teachers can be in control at the same time. The teacher can also just allow the phone when said. Students can have the phone on them at all times, but when they're using them when not supposed to, then trouble can be caused. Students can keep them in their pocket, computer or iPad bag, etc. Teachers could also allow them time in the hallways. A brain break is usually used in students because they get stressed easily, and talking to someone that they can't see helps. Some students do take phones to class in order to help them with their stress, and they can take a brain break whenever it's needed. In conclusion, I believe that phones should be allowed even if there are some rules. Teachers and staff think that phones are a bad thing, but truly they benefit you a lot more than they think. When looking at what we just talked over, to me, phones will always seem beneficial whether they are used constantly or hardly at all. Now ask yourself, Is a phone beneficial to me in the classroom? Thank you.